Hello, it's Bill, the Knee Pain Guru. Today is Monday, May 24th, 2021. Today, what are we talking about today? We're going to talk about your mother-in-law's Baker's cyst. We got a message over the, let me see, 21st, that was 3 days ago. That was Friday, from Janelle D. She wrote in on YouTube. And this was regarding my mother-in-law has issues with a Baker's cyst. And this, you're going to hear me repeat a lot in terms of like the same themes. It's not necessarily the diagnosis that you received or what you're struggling with: pain, range of motion, if you have a Baker's cyst, chondromalacia, arthritis, bone on bone, patella tendonitis. All of those diagnoses are going to have similar patterns, neurological patterns that are going on in the knee joint that are resulting in chondromalacia, resulting in the Baker's cyst, resulting in the arthritis, resulting in the patella tendonitis. Whatever the diagnosis is, as long as nothing's broken or torn. We want to make things clear, not more confusing. So once we get that diagnosis and determine nothing is broken or torn, then we're looking at the tension pattern within the joint. The tension pattern in the joint caused by an accident, an injury, surgery, trauma. So in the case of a Baker's cyst, we have a specific tension pattern that is going on in the joint that is resulting in a bulge, essentially the lymphatic system that is getting clogged behind the knee. So Baker's cyst swells up behind the knee, makes it difficult to bend the knee, sometimes can make it difficult standing. So what ends up happening is your lymphatic system, which is like your garbage collectors. It wants to clean out all of the damaged cells, the dead, dying cells in your body, the waste products. It wants to move that out of your body. The movement comes from making sure you're drinking lots of water and your pelvis is moving freely. So this ties in with the knee issue. The Baker's cyst in the knee causes you to hold a different tension pattern when you're walking and you're standing, which makes it difficult for the pump of your lymphatic system, which is your pelvis, to flush the body out well, flush it out efficiently. So as we release the tension patterns in the knee first, because we want to create comfort in the knee, and this allows the lymph that is getting stuck behind the knee, developing the Baker's cyst, it allows that to begin to flush itself out. At the same time, we want to look at tension patterns that are going on in the hips and lower back. Why do we want to look at the tension patterns in the hips and lower back? Because the tension patterns in the hips, the tension patterns in the hips and lower back affect the pump of the lymphatic system, which is the pelvis, which is done by your movement, your natural movement. When you get in and out of bed, up and down from a chair, you walk across the room, you go exercise, that pumps lymph through your body. That lymph cleans out the products that the waste products that are stuck behind the knee because of the specific type of tension pattern that is going on behind the knee. Is this making sense? If it makes sense, give the video a thumbs up. Like and subscribe to the Knee Pain Guru YouTube channel. Turn on notifications for future videos. And if you have questions, if you're watching this live, please feel free to type in questions in the comments section. Or if you're watching the replay, type those in as well, as I use these on future videos to help explain these patterns, to demystify this process of experiencing knee pain, chronic knee pain, acute knee pain. The more we can create comfort in the knee, comfort in the rest of your body, it decreases the pain, it speeds up by which it It reduces the time and increases the speed at which your body is able to heal itself. That's what your body wants to do. And all we're doing is sorting through the like the forest from the trees. We're separating the two to get you to what's going to be the most effective in the shortest distance between where you're at with knee pain. In this case, we're talking about big mother-in-law's bigger cysts, and getting you out of pain so you can enjoy your life, so you don't have to think about your knee, because that can get pretty frustrating and helpless and hopeless when you try lots of stuff and you don't get results. You're in the same spot. So we have to begin to first look at this situation differently with your knee, and then we need to move forward with a different approach. And it's got to make sense first. So if you have questions, please ask those in the comment section. Now, this is another pattern that I see with a lot of people who want to help those they love get out of knee pain. So Janelle is writing in regarding her mother-in-law, which is great. And it's awesome that we love our mother-in-law. It's awesome that we love our family and our friends and our parents and our children, and we want to help. That's why I'm in this, because I enjoy helping people. I enjoy conveying this information in a way that can improve people's lives. However, and this is a very important point, the person that is in pain must want to get out of pain more than you want them to get out of pain. And this is something I screwed up on for years, is that I would see people suffering and I would want to extend myself, share this information. I just saw this on the television. I just heard this on the radio. I saw a video on YouTube. I read this in a book, and want to share this information with other people. But what happens, though, is many people that are suffering in pain are not ready to let go of their pain. They have a vested interest in being in pain. Now, this is part of their journey. This is part of their process, that it comes to an awakening for them to go, I don't need to suffer like this all the time. I can choose something differently. But until that person comes to that choice on their own, your efforts to want to put stuff in front of them to help them out of pain falls on deaf ears. And I'm only sharing this with you, Janelle, specifically, because your mother-in-law has to want to get out of pain more than you want her to get out of pain. That's just kind of how it works. I have family members that have had knee replacement surgeries. I have family members that have had hip replacement surgeries. I have family members that continue to go and do the drugs, the shots, the surgery first before they would ever talk to me about what's going on with their knees or their joints. And I don't fault them for that. The definition of an expert, this is an important definition. I learned this in my journey. The definition of an expert is someone that lives more than 50 miles away from home. So anybody is more qualified for my family members than me. So that's just how it goes. I've been through it. I say this, and I'm sharing this with Janelle and anyone else who is looking to this for their spouse, their kids, their parents, their cousins, their uncles, their aunts, their grandparents, whoever it is, that you could only share the information with them. They have to want to take the initiative. They have to want to take the ball and run with it from there. And the more you force it on them, the more you try to push it on them, the less they are going to hear you. And I'm sharing that because I struggled with that for a long time. So, Janelle, I appreciate your wanting to help, but just make sure that you're taking that into consideration. So we got that addressed as far as like how to help your mother-in-law out of pain, and then the information for the mother-in-law as well, that we're talking about that tension pattern that is in the joint, that is there's some sort of glitch in the structure, in the neurology of what's going on in the knee, and we can begin to change that by creating comfort and engaging the reflexes that is holding the joint in the way it is that's causing the Baker's cyst to form. And when we do that, the joint begins to line itself up on its own. It's doing its own thing because we're giving it the conditions, the ability for it to heal on its own. And then we want to make sure we're looking at the hips and lower back. We want to look at the conditions that the body requires in order to heal what's going on in the Baker's cyst. Water, nutrition, breathing, mindset, supplementation, stretching, exercise. Those come next, but not all at once. We have to do it in a specific strategy that's going to give you the most results in the shortest period of time, and then make sure that mindset is in the good place, that you're not going to do things to bring the Baker's cyst right back. So, no comments in the comments section, not a biggie. I want you to know what you could do. The next, let's see, what you could do next. Go down below this video in the description box. I have a link to my website where you can sign up for my newsletter. Send out emails every day to help shift your mindset about how you think about your knee pain. The second is looking, I have time for consultations. There's a link for an appointment to schedule a consultation, and that's where we would break down everything you're dealing with, and then map out a strategy on how to get you out of pain the fastest. And then the third is the Knee Club, which is my group coaching program. That's where I work with clients twice per week in a private Zoom link and in a private Facebook group where I give you the specific videos to work with to relieve what's going on in your knee. And there you go. So I'm going to wrap this one up for today. So we covered how to fix your mother-in-law's Baker's cyst. That's all she wrote for today. So this is Bill Paravano, the knee pain guru, going to sign off for today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you on the next one.